Your company, what is Todd the Vinyl Junkie?
Well, we're a high-end audio company. We sell everything from vinyl products, turntables, cartridges. We sell records, but we sell the complete systems. We sell preamps, amplifiers, cables, CD players, pretty much anything you could ever want for high-end. We sell digital storage devices. We sell portable stuff. We also kind of specialize in headphones and headphone amplifiers too. Um, we have our own brand that we sell, which is Apex Hi-Fi Audio. Pete Millett is our design engineer, and we are the marketing and sales force for it. We've been together now for about 6 years making products, and we're doing well. We've gotten some great reviews. And
One thing I wanted to ask you, there's always been an audiophile market. Did you see kind of a surge in sales as vinyl has come back in the mainstream, or has it always just kind of been an even keel for you?
No, it's definitely coming back. And what you're seeing is a lot of the new artists are putting their music out on vinyl. Many times it's a 500 or 1,000 or 5,000 limited edition pressing, but you're seeing a lot of it come out and made available for people who love vinyl. And I've noticed I've had a lot more calls in recent years for I don't want to say lower end turntables, but more affordable turntables. People wanting to get into vinyl listening, and to me it's a great joy. And if you talk to people who've bought from me, it's where my passion is. I mean, when you look around the room, you'll see this is where I spent my hobby money.
In your business, is it more of a call for the high end stuff, or you just, like you said, you don't do a lot of them lower end stuff at all, do you? Or
Well, I do some of it. The thing is, I really am a fairly high end company, and that's where most of my clientele is. I do what I can to, I've got some music hall turntables. I carry Soda, which has a turntable called the Moonbeam, but it's not like when I was growing up where you took $250 and you went down and you bought a Techniques or a Thorns or a Dual or a turntable, and you brought it home, plopped it down, adjusted the tracking weight, and played. Those turntables are now $700, $1,000, $1,500 to get something that isn't going to harm your records, that's going to last you a while, that's not going to bring about frustration, and to give you the sound that you want. In general, vinyl will sound better or more natural than digital will. You don't get the complete black background like you might with digital, although on some recordings, and I can play some of them for you later, you can get exceptionally good pressings and great sound with good equipment. If you spend $200 or $250 on a turntable now, it'll work, it might not last real long, and you're just not going to get something that's going to beat out a $250 CD player.
as someone who has collected vinyl from a young age, and now you're selling high-end equipment and also vinyl, have you seen the pressing quality improve or go down or about the same, or does it kind of depends on who's pressing it?
It depends on who's pressing it and who's producing it, and the whole thing is you can't. This is a really resolving detailed system. I mean, you can hear very well with this, but I can put a bad pressing on there and it sounds bad. You put a good pressing on there and it'll make your jaw drop. And you go, wow, I never heard that before. It seems like in the 50s, whatever they were doing miking their stuff, you listen to old Sinatra, Nat King Cole, some of the old jazz stuff, and that stuff is fantastic. I mean, they're not re-recording it. They're taking the old tapes and they're putting it onto vinyl. And if you get the old pressings, you hear things. It's just the vocals are up front. It's really amazing. It seemed maybe mid-70s, late 70s through the 80s, 90s that really the engineering took over the mic placement and all that, and so one person would come in and record their part and then they'd mix it all together. and something was lost there, and you can hear it in the records. A lot of pressings are still good, it sounds good, but the feeling that the people are sitting in front of you performing isn't the same as it was with some of the older recordings. So this is my turntable. It's a VPI HRX turntable. It's actually an older model. On it I have a Lyra Titan cartridge. If you were to buy this brand new, back in the day this was a $10,000 turntable. It's $12,000 now. It has a metal platter and some other upgrades that VPI has made. The Titan's still about $6,000. You know, this is a handy little thing here in Montana. This is my D-Stat. So when I have static on the records, I can hold this over and it removes the static. You know, I have a little stylus cleaner, and this is a kind of a cool gadget. This is from Sutherland Engineering. It's called the Timeline. So I put this on here, and when I turn my turntable on, I turn it on, and it'll put strobe lights on my wall. So when the strobe becomes stationary, it's at the perfect speed, and it'll do it for 33s or 45s.
How many records would you say you have here?
What you're looking at here, and this is basically my rock and roll collection. There's probably 100 in each crate, and there's 60 here, and there's another 40, 54 or something over there. And then I've got a ton of records back, like my movie soundtracks. I own probably about 12,000 albums, I would guess.
Okay, excellent. You said you started collecting as a kid?
Yeah, I even have some of the original ones that I bought as a kid. First record I ever bought was Carole King Tapestry. Mm-hmm. I bought a lot of 45s, but the first LP that I bought with my own hard-earned cash was from a paper route with Carole King Tapestry.
You still have it? You still have that copy?
I still have that copy, and then I've got probably 3 or 4 other ones. That one's in a little rough shape. I had more like one of those $100 USB turntables. Well, you know, stereo systems, you know, we're talking about starting at the beginning and moving up or whatever. The truth is, there's only one person your stereo system has to make happy, and that's the owner, whoever was buying it, right? If when you sit down with your $100 USB turntable and you're getting joy out of your music, that's really all it's about. I could live with a lesser stereo. What I couldn't live without is like having all the music to listen to. That's really what it's all about for me personally. There are some people who feel the equipment and they wouldn't be able to enjoy the music. So for them, you know, their system has to be different than the $100 system. But all you have to do is be happy listening with what you have.